Now it's time for more Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway. Your favorite segment. Season 3, Episode 2 is called Flashback. And this is... I don't know if this is a great episode, but it has a really big guest star in it.
Who's in that?
Well, have you ever seen Star Trek 6?
Which is that the whale one?
No, that's 4.
Oh.
You're the big
know.
Star Trek fan here, and I'm not.
Numbers.
Okay, so
Is
Star
that
Trek 6
Insurrection
is
or
the
something?
undiscovered country. No, that's 10.
Is this the one where both the teams join up?
No,
Oh,
that's
see, I don't know.
wrong show.
No, the Picard bunch and the old bunch.
No,
Oh,
No.
okay.
the Star Trek 6 is all the original crew.
Oh, okay.
That's their last movie that they did together, their last time out. So, in this episode, this unfortunately is a Tuvok episode. Okay? With Janeway kind of along as the sidekick. What happens is, starts out, Tuvok is hanging out with his best buddy. Who's his best buddy? Neelix. So he's hanging out with Neelix in the mess hall.
Together as one person, I suppose. They have a connection. That person is dead now.
Anyway, I think he still hates him. Okay? So that's just to get
They're all kumbaya on Voyager,
Listen,
man.
This opening scene is just to get Neelix in the episode. Okay? He doesn't feature in the rest of the episode.
That he has to be in each episode.
Well, they're the stars, right?
He's a good agent.
I guess. So what happens is Tuvok goes to the bridge and he starts shaking and getting all jittery. Okay, like he's having maybe a panic attack or something.
Seizure?
Or a seizure.
Vulcan.
Anyway, he has to. Everyone notices this, and he has to excuse himself so he can go to sickbay, get checked out.
Right.
He doesn't make it. Well, no, he barely makes it there, and then he passes out on the carpet. Why do they have carpet in sickbay?
Because it's special carpet now that can clean itself. In the future, we can have carpet again.
It's future carpet.
Yeah, I look forward to that because
So-
I don't like our carpet these days.
So they don't have to worry about blood spills or anything on it in sickbay
Maybe
here.
it just like goes on fire every night and it grows a new one.
Anyway, so he passes. I noticed they passed out on the carpet. I'm like, why would they have carpet in
They
there?
have carpet on the walls and a lot of the sets and everything.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a medical facility.
I know, but they have better carpet.
If you walked into the hospital and in the patient rooms they have carpet, you'd be like,
Yeah.
what is this? It would be disgustingly dirty.
They did have some carpets in some places. In our mental hospital here, they
Okay.
did have carpets at
Anyway,
one point.
this episode's not about carpet, okay?
There's a lot of dust there now because of that.
Tuvok is having these problems because on the bridge, Janeway decided, who was it that pointed out? I think it was probably Harry Kim. He pointed out, hey, Captain, there's a nebula over there. Set a course for the nebula.
Yes.
Okay.
They're nebula magnets.
No, they're going to get this cystine gas or something. I can't remember what it's called, but they have to go.
Cystine gas.
They have to go get this gas because it can be used for so many different reasons on the ship, right?
I've heard of that gas before.
So they have to get this gas. So they head over to the nebula, and then as soon as they get there, that's when these problems start. And he's having these flashbacks to himself as a child, and
Right.
there's a little white girl, and she's fallen off a cliff, and he's holding on to her, trying to save her, and she falls. Okay.
Well, he was only a kid. The two of them would have fallen.
Anyway, so we see Kid Tuvok in this.
Okay, is he cute?
He's a kid. Anyway, I'm not going to
Shouldn't
comment
ask
on
Gregory
that.
if a kid is
But
cute.
this episode is all tied to Star Trek 6. So the big guest star we see this episode
Ooh.
is George Takei,
Ooh.
Captain Sulu of the Excelsior. So a lot of this episode is on the Excelsior Bridge and other parts of Excelsior from Star Trek 6.
Oh, okay.
And they even bring back the other actors from that movie,
That's awesome.
okay, that were on the bridge in that.
Right.
Because if you go back and watch that movie, and I noticed this a long time ago, I haven't watched that movie for a long time, but Tim Russ is in that movie.
Oh.
He's on the bridge there. So apparently...
As a Vulcan or as a...
No, as a Vulcan. So it's him.
Oh.
It's Tuvok
I didn't
was
know
in
that.
Star Trek 6 apparently.
Well, they do live a long time.
At the age of 29, when he first got into Starfleet, he was in the old red uniforms with the
great.
black pants.
I didn't know that.
That Kirk used to have, the really cool ones from the 80s.
I didn't like any
Yeah.
of those outfits.
I love those costumes. Those were the best ones.
They look uncomfortable.
That's not the point.
Okay.
Okay? So anyway, Tuvok has to go back into his mind because repressed memories for Vulcans end up killing them for some reason.
Does he have to do his palm bar or whatever?
No, he mentions it, but no, he doesn't have to do that. That's like puberty for Vulcans. No,
going back in time and de-aging?
That has nothing to do with this. What happens is he has to go back into his memories because the doctor can't help him. Okay? Because he's got these repressed memories, and if it gets worse, he's going to lobotomize himself. Which, sure, it's,
whatever.
Star Trek science. So what happens is he has to do a mind meld. He's supposed to do this ritual where he has to do a mind meld with the closest member of his family. He has no family there. Yeah. So who's the closest person to him?
Cass.
No, that's his meditation buddy.
Yeah, I know, but she can do mind melds. They've forgotten she has elf powers again.
No.
This season,
but it's the person that he is closest to, who knows him the best, and it's not Cass. Who is it? It's Janeway.
It should be Neelix because they shared one brain.
But they hate each other.
But I guess they didn't, because then they don't remember that, because then they were
killed. Hate each other, okay? Going all the way back to the cheese, because I think it was Tuvok who found the cheese. Okay?
The Neelix cheese.
Yeah, the Neelix cheese that tried to destroy the ship.
A few times.
What happens is, but instead of going back to this childhood repressed memory, he goes back to memories of him on Excelsior from 80 years ago. Which means this guy's 109 here in season 3 of Voyager.
They're like turtles. They live a long time.
He's looking pretty good for a 109-year-old
they
there.
Are supposed to be. I don't know how old Spock was supposed to be when he kicked the bucket, but he's really, really old. I don't think they lived to 200, but it's...
So we get to see George Takei back as Captain Sulu, and not only do they have
nice.
They use a couple of scenes from that movie, and
cool.
he has to redo the lines, but they do a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he comes back, right?
That's nice.
And so it's Tuvok in his old school uniform, while Janeway is following him around as an invisible ghost that only he can see,
and she's
in her Star Trek uniform, until his mind starts breaking down, and then George Takei's like, "Who's this? Get off my bridge!"
Okay.
He starts yelling at Janeway.
He must have fun doing that.
So it was cool to see him back and on the Excelsior bridge, and because it's such a very close continuity connection to that movie from this show.
I'm glad they used that.
And so they actually answered this fan question. I never knew this, but why was Tim Russ in Star Trek 6 when he's on Voyager?
Well,
they retconned it and made it the same character, I think.
Well, I
it was a retcon.
They do supposed to live. Like, they're like turtles that live like 150 years old or something. That was always my idea.
Or you could say like parrots.
No, more like more than parrots.
So it was cool that I got to see that. However, since this was a Tuvok in his mind issue, I didn't really enjoy that this episode that much. I would say skip this one. And that two-parter that we had at the beginning and end of last season, that was disappointing too. So hopefully we'll get some more good episodes soon, right?
Yes.
So thanks for watching. Thank you to anyone who leaves us a like here. For Fluffy Kitty, let us know your comments on this episode of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway.